Okay, what I'm trying to tell you, young man, is that Ruto will be president till 2032. Not because I will vote him. I have never voted for him and I will never vote for him. And neither did I vote for Uhuru, and Uhuru was president for 10 years. I never voted for Kibaki, and Kibaki was president for 10 years. So it is not about my vote. It is about where the colonists want us to be. And they will work with Ruto. It is not you saying Ruto must go. Ruto must go. Go where? You cannot remove somebody by just saying that Kibaki is Matiba said that Ruto that Moi must go. Moi never went. So I don't know these noises you people are making around here, thinking that you are making Kenya better. No, you're showing a disrespect to your country. But first, before you become a Kenyan, decide who you want to be or to be a president, you must be patriotic. And what we have seen from these young men is that they are not patriotic in any way. They are just making noise every day. Ruto must go, Ruto must go, and we will not vote. And the people who are going to decide are Britain. America will decide who is going to be president, not you. And even if you elect Matiang'i is the same Ruto. There's no difference between Matiang'i and Ruto. And you cannot go to heaven and say that God give us an angel, we want an angel to lead us. Even you, today, if you become a president, you will just be a puppet of those people. The problem is the Westerners, not Ruto, not Raila, not anybody. We have a big problem somewhere. Go and solve that problem somewhere.
Can you tell us about the Kenya you want?
I have wanted a better Kenya, but I have never seen it. Now I'm getting old. I started voting before some of you were born here. My first voting was 1992, after finishing my fourth form. And it has never counted. They decide who is going to be president, not you. You will just keep on making noise. And there's nothing new. Ruto is killing people the same way Kenyatta was killing people, the same way Kibaki was killing people, the same way Moi was killing people, the same way the former Kenyatta was killing people. There's no difference. That is what politics is all about. Politics is not about who is going to be able to go home or whatever. Ruto told you that he will never, this time there's no Nusmukati. Is there Nusmukati? There is. Uhuru Kenyatta said there will be no Nusmukati. Who is now forcing this Nusmukati? Ask yourself. It is not Raila forcing himself. They are the people who are deciding the fate of this country. The fate of this country belongs to the people who tell you to go to school to study English for 12 years. Just to you. And you have never even questioned. Go and question why you were in the class studying English for 12 years. Like a stupid person. People are studying technology. You are busy studying verbs. People are studying agriculture, how to build their nation. You are busy studying nouns. People are studying about how you are busy in the class and you say that you are clever. You have got an A because you know how to speak English. So those are the people who are confusing you. They gave you Christianity to enslave you. They gave you a poor English education system where you finish your youthful days. At the age of 18, you don't know even what you want to do because you are still busy studying Msamiati and Lahaja za lugha. You are too busy studying English. You are given a paragraph. John's mother went to a shop, a supermarket. He bought 2 kilograms of sugar, and then you come up. And then they ask you that what did John's mother bought in the supermarket, and you are busy writing English and sugar. You unasoma amu kuna kasoro fulani kwa akili yako. Sasa ile mtoto wa China anaanza kusoma vizuri. Wewe uko busy unasoma nouns, unasema best school. Now there's nothing you're studying at school. Those are the people who decide the future. Simu unayo hapa, materials zote za kutengeneza simu zimetoka Afrika. There's no single company hapa kwenye ambayo inatengeneza simu. Na mnasema mimi nataka iPhone 13 or 14, sisi nataka simu. Those are the things we are buying. Inkazienya muna akili. Sasa kila ambayo
tell Kenyans about the Kenya they want. The people of Kenya.
The Kenya you want. The Kenya you want is not the Kenya you want. The Kenya you want is a Kenya without Ruto. Me, the Kenya I want is a Kenya where there is a democracy which will never be there because the Westerners will never allow. I want a Kenya, a good Kenya where there is no corruption. And how politics and corruption are brothers, are the same thing. So you cannot eliminate corruption. Whoever will come will just be like that. The Kenya I want is a Kenya where we live peacefully. Brothers, where you can work anywhere. But that is not going to happen. Because the politicians will not allow that. Even as we are speaking right now, there is a charmer in the Western and it was DAP. If you listen to Salassi, a young man like you talking nonsense about yesterday he was telling Edwin Usfuna to come home, meaning that tribalism is there. Young people like you are still talking about tribalism like Salassi. So that is the Kenya that is there. Me, I might want a Kenya that is not tribal like Tanzania, but we are not getting it. A Kenya I want a Kenya where Kenya or the government will go to maybe to IMF or World Bank and tell them, okay, we want money to go and construct a company in Turkana. We want to build Turkana in a better way. But no, they are going to construct roads there, and then you start paying. A road for what? A road going from Isiolo to Katilu to Mandera, transporting what? There are no companies there. There is no economically. How useful are those roads? I want a Kenya where we should be constructing those companies, all factories in those areas where we can decentralize Nairobi, so that some people can move to another city in Isiolo, another city in Wajir, another city in Mandera. Turkana should be having a city, among 2 cities, a very big county, Marsabit. But you are talking about Ruto must go, and you don't know which Kenya you want and whoever you want. And if you are asked, now whom do you want to be a president? Matiang'i, the person we know. That man, the dictator you are talking about him, a better leader. Decolonize your brain first.
Why do you say he's a dictator?
Decolonize your brain. Then you can decide which country you want. But before that, we don't have a country called Kenya. This Kenya was drawn by those people, the colonists. These boundaries you see there here were drawn by those people, the colonists. Everything here you see belong to them. Those are the people ambao wanaribu taifa lenu. Sio viongozi. Viongozi nimeona mimi moyo alipotoka nilifikiria tutapata kiongozi mzuri. We never saw any good leader. And that as we have been seeing it. Kenyatta, somebody should teach you, tell me that Kebaki was better. And nobody should tell me that Kebaki was a bit better. So Ruto will also be better after that person you want occupying the office. You say, oh, Ruto kumba alikuwa mzuri. That is how I have been in this country.
So do you mean Kenya has no future?
Africa has no future. Unless Africa will decide to identify themselves, there's no future. So long as you still keep using the name Grigori and you still believing that the name Grigori is better than Wanyande, you have no future. So long as you still believe that Christianity is better than the traditional spirituality, there's no future, because they first decolonized you. They taught you to be stupid, and now with those papers that they give you in the name of certificates, degrees, diplomas, and whatever, you have nothing in your brain. You are still colonized. We have in that parliament here, we have even lawyers there, but they don't have a law in their brain. In these courts where you go and you find a magistrate and telling you that this chapter, this and this, say this, and he states this one, he cannot decide of himself what is good and what is bad. That's why we are having cases in court here and the lawyers are arguing, because there is no law. So it depends with how you are going to argue your court and how you are going to argue about it. You go, you get the magistrate, you give him money, and then you win the case.
What can you tell Gen Z?
They should stop wasting their time. They should come back to their decide and know what the problem. They should identify the problem that is facing Kenya first. Tell us the problem, and then they will start now fighting against that problem. It is not about Ruto now. It is about the problem we are facing. What is the problem? You cannot tell me that lack of low employment is a problem. There is no time you will ever live in this country or in any country in the world where there is no unemployment. Not in Africa.
What about corruption?
Corruption. I have told you that African corruption are one because they are bought. Ruto is a puppet, a white man's puppet. So the person we are going to change, right now we are talking. Where is Matiang'i?
In the US.
In the US?
Yes.
Doing what?
He's working there.
Let me tell you, in 1924, in 1920s, the people from Central exported one of their own leaders called Kenyatta, and they took him to Britain. He stayed in Britain for 16 years. He became a Briton. When he came back in this country, he had learned how white men become rich. You grab land, and he grabbed land. So he just learned. That's all he taught. Just to be like those people. He just became another imperialist. He just became another colonist. That's all he learned. So Matiang'i is also learning just to be a Westerner, to be a puppet of those people. There's no hope.